Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Sponsored by Spirit, coming to you from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda Nail Fanatic, and I'm back to deliver this latest free channeled June 2022 as well as timeless message for your birth chart placements in Pisces. So, if it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, bring your intuition to the party and make your choices and decisions responsibly, because you'll always be responsible for the consequences and repercussions that you see. And you have questions, I have answers. You can find those below this video and on my website, which is located in the title of this live broadcast. So yes, it's for June 2022. It's also timeless. So how that works out, Spirit's in charge of, not me, just to deliver the message. So we're going to start off looking at the situation. We're using the Osset Gypsy Tarot for the energy of the situation. First card out is the Ten of Wands. Now we have the Star and the Fool. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. All right, let's see what's going on the other side of the table. We have the Light Seers Tarot for the other side of the table. This would be the person or the situation on the other side. What they've been having me do is read different energies through the same cards. So we'll see how that comes through for your energy. Pisces 2022. What is the message for Pisces 2022? Shout out to Loyalty Tribe, TT in the house. All right. For the other side of the table, what is the energy for June 2022? We have the Fool. First card out. And then we have the King of Cups. And for the third card out for June 2022 on the other side of the table is the Queen of Wands. And the bottom of the deck for the other side of the table, June 2022, is the Four of Wands. All right. Let's see what your spirit self is telling you. What spirit is telling you. The divine mind, the higher self, your spirit team, I heard your board of directors, honey, the board of spiritual directors. Yes. Your angels, your ancestors, your guides. We're going to use for this part of your message, the Muse Tarot. Just trying to get my cards centered. Like, it's a big deal to me where the cards lay. Okay, so Pisces, are you being nitpicky and everything got to be a certain way? I feel like somebody really thinking about you. I feel like I see here somebody's really thinking about you. And I see that eventually, like, they're going to give in. So we'll see more about that. Let's see what your spirit is saying about this experience that's coming out for you as being the most significant for you for June 2022. What do we have for you, my dears? Pisces energy, June 2022. I did pre-shuffle all the decks with your energy all into it, but for whatever reason, for you in particular, they want me to do it again. So here we go. First card out is the Tower. Spirit energy, the Tower. Okay, next we have the Six of Materials. Okay. And for the final card for June 2022 for you, you have the King of Cups energy with the Muse of Emotions. Interesting. What's at the bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Emotions. Now, for your 3D physical experience, we're going to be working with the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Again, they want to put 3 shuffles down on the deck. And once we get all your cards pulled, then we can begin to read this message for you on the different levels that it wants to come through. So what is most significant? Show me the 3D experience on your side of the table for Pisces June 2022 energies. Okay, first card coming immediately out. You have the Five of Cups. And And then after that, you have the Six of Swords. And finally, the Nine of Cups. Okay, well, it looks like either way, you're leaving on a high note. That's what you need to know. No matter what you go through in June, you're leaving on a high note. With the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups and your final position here, it looks really good. The King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. It looks like you might have to put some of your feelings aside at the beginning about something, okay, and do what makes sense. Do what's logical. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a tough start out for June for you. It looks like you're walking into June letting go of something, sorrow and regret. Somebody here, you dissing them, you bringing an end to a situation. With the Fool, like they've been a damn fool. They should have never did that shit. Okay, they'd be a fool to mess up with you, and they did. That's why the Ten of Wands is in the situation. Yeah, at the beginning of June, Ten of Wands is in the situation. Your intuition is like, oh, hell no. Well, there's the end of that. With the Tower in your intuitive position, hello. Your intuition is like, it's time to burn this mother down. You know, the roof is on fire. And your spirit is like, yeah, fuck this shit. Your spirit is like, oh man, that hurts, but it's gotta go. That's some fakeness, okay? Let's see if we can find out what this person did that was fakeness, because I just feel like with the Five of Cups and your physical experience, you are not happy with this, but you just can't anymore. This is like when the Five of Cup comes in, like you could have loved the fuck out of somebody. You could be all the way about it, all the way in it. You know what I'm saying? In it to win it. But especially when it's combined with this Tower, it's like, I don't feel the same no more. No way. It don't feel the same. That don't work with me no more. It's like my feelings have changed. Okay. Now that we've come to the end of the road, the Ten of Wands is, if it had a nickname, I would have called it the end of the road. It's looking like the end of the road has come up for you. As you're coming into June, that's how you left May. I feel that something, it just wasn't going to work anymore. You know, anywhere where you had ideas that it could have been something, like all that shit came down. It doesn't work. The Ten of Wands is the end of the way you're doing things. Okay, the Tower is like, your spirit showed you, like, girl, you have some false ideas going on here. We're going to get you straight. We're going to get you settled. Okay, Spirit's like, we're going to get you straight and settled. But we got to make some adjustments here. So, what did this person do that led up to this? We have the Four of Wands below with the Ten of Cups. So, interesting. There it is. Solid foundation, new beginning, fresh start in a relationship. Okay, I love you. I'm so happy with you. You're my end all, be all. You're the it. You are it for me, right? And then we have the Six of Swords. But hold on. Was this emotionally detached, moving away? Okay, running from a problem, running from the challenge. You're running from the challenge. Somebody here ran from the challenge. There's the Seven of Wands is the challenge. The challenge was the Ace of Wands to take that start. And the Eight of Wands to act on those feelings that you're talking about having there. Hello. But somebody's negativity came up. They had to confront it. Instead, they ran. I see that they ran. The Two of Swords. You didn't see that coming. I hear you didn't see that coming. The Hierophant. You're like, well, I guess we won't be seeing that marriage after all. I guess we won't be seeing that marriage after all. Okay, I guess I'm free now. You know, somebody here, there's something about too. There's a person, I also saw this, that the person on the other side, they weren't really ever really ready for a long-term commitment. That wasn't what they were telling you, though. That's not what they were telling you. I even get the energy like this situation came to an end because somebody here self-sabotage and destroyed this shit on purpose, so they would never have to answer for why they never got to that far. Okay. So it's like somebody here is like, they've been telling you to get what they want, to do whatever the fuck reason. Maybe they really did want to get married at one point. Maybe they really did love you, because it says love is at the bottom of the deck. Y'all really did love each other. The fact of the matter is, they weren't ready for this. They freaked out. They ran. They left you hanging high and dry. I heard high and dry. Okay, they weren't there. It was high and by. It didn't work out that way. So currently, like, that person is like, well, with the King of Cups, they're thinking, I did the best thing I could. I do have a lot of feelings for them. But we have the Star here in the middle. It's like, this was destined. This was destiny. Okay. And there's a healing that's happening. Your spirit says Six of Materials. Your spirit says give to this. Okay. But physically, you're like Six of Swords. Either so I see two different Pisces collectors here. One of them is forgiving and getting over it because now this person is coming back in. They're telling you what you want to hear. They're telling you they've healed. They probably really have because the Star card is here. In harmony with that, your spirit is telling you to work with this person. And you're physically, it's like, okay, well, I've had 6 months to get over it. I'm over it now. It's like, you're not mad anymore. But there was still false foundations here. What's interesting, though, is even if this is what you do, it's like moving into this. So for those of you, because we already had a split happen right here in the current. So everything is the same in the past. The split in your energy of Pisces Collective happened right here. We have two different groups. One is going to accept this invitation, this offer, because they're like, oh, now I know I love you and I know where I went wrong and I'm different and I've healed and I've changed. I had to go fix something that I was afraid to dig into and I fell into it and I did and I fixed it. Okay, so something like that. And one of you is accepting it. Somebody else here, you're like, I've already given enough to the situation. I've already moved on from this. Okay, so which of the two are you? There's a Pisces who's accepting, forgiving, trying again. Then there's another Pisces part of the collective where you're like, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. Yeah, you're throwing up the bird. Yeah, because so for those of you who are in the part of the collective where you're accepting it back in and you're forgiving and you're gonna go give it another go around. The Fool is here to say, listen, you can't look back to the drama from the past. But I feel like it's a good possibility that could be challenged. I do feel like it's by you. I do feel like you're the one that's going to have the challenge to leave the past dead if you're going to continue with this person again. Yeah, because at some point, this person did something that truly, it felt offensive, it upset you, something like that. Now, if you're the one who's doing this over again, you're doing it over again because this person is all you've had. You're all I ever hope for. Yeah, you're all, this person is, you are so beautiful. They're so beautiful to you. Hold on. You need to get over looks. I heard you need to get over the looks, honey. There's so much more than a person than the looks, honey. But I do feel like you really love this person and they are your wish. And so you're going to give it a shot and you're going to do what you can to master your emotions. You know what it was. Okay, you're trying to get over that because love is stronger than the idea of living without this person forever. That's the first half, the ones of you that are taking them back. Now there's this other half of y'all. You said, hell no, Melinda. I ain't going back to that mess. Empress, what you talking about? We ain't doing that. I'm like, okay, I hear you. The reason you ain't doing that is because this person is, there was some, either you felt like they were working against you, they had a third-party situation, or you could have felt like you were under a spell and it took a lot for you to break it. Okay, you were under this person's spell. I put a spell on you and now you're mine. There's nothing you can't do. I'm not lying. And you're like, the fuck it ain't nothing I can do. Watch me break that shit. And you did, and you are. And you're breaking it, and you're moving the fuck on. So whether this was an emotionally, like, just roped you in based on a whole bunch of promises and stuff like that, or roped you in based on the representative, which eventually stepped away. What I do see is this person going to be still hot on your pants. They still going to be wanting you. They still going to be thinking about you. But I just feel like I don't give a fuck. IDGAF. Thank you. And I just see your spirit. It's like, oh, you'll be better off on your own. Like, go be happy. Find somebody that makes you happy. I see that. Now, they want me to talk about this spread in regards to spirituality. They said there's a message about your spirituality, and it's kind of at the core of everything happening. So with the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, below that we have the Ace of Pentacles. It says, in regards to your spirituality, you found balance within yourself spiritually. In other words, your divine feminine, divine masculine aspects working cohesively. Your intuition is guiding your actions. You're not just doing shit. You're letting your intuition guide you through them, okay? Your emotional guidance system is intact. Your emotional guidance system is intact, and it's successfully functioning at this time, okay? You did this work on your own, largely on your own. It was something only you can do, okay? Whoa, and the Ace of Swords is below that in the spiritual area. Here talking about, yeah, because you saw the truth about it. The truth is, at the end of the day, you had to get your head together and you had to get your physical world together on the same page. That's what you were doing. The Moon, this required that you let go of a lot of past pains, regrets, hurts, old cycles that were keeping you stuck with the Eight of Swords below that, and a situation where you just felt confused, didn't know what to do, but your intuition the whole time was guiding you right to closing out those cycles, and that's something that you did. They also showing me that this is 10 of Wands here is a confirmation of you closing out those old cycles. A lot of you Pisces energies, you're going to be feeling like God went through your life and just moved his hand over your life with magic and miracles. And when the hand lifted, it came out nice and clean on the other side and sparkly new, okay? Sparkly new like the Ace of Cups energy. This cup is filled with love, emotion in your own self. For this to take place for you, you had to go through a certain level of ego death here. You had to go through a certain level of ego death about, well, I just need them to apologize. I just need them to apologize. You realize that they didn't give a fuck about no apologies. Anybody who slighted you on the other side of the table, they really didn't care about offering you an apology. And you realize at the end of the day, what the fuck am I sitting around here waiting on an apology for? I'm hurt and all that stuff. You took back your power from all of that. You're like, I don't need their apology. And I feel like that did you real well. You trusted on your journey. You took that leap of faith to move forward once you realized, like, waiting for an apology, waiting for somebody to try to correct something from the past was messing with you. Also, you gave forgiveness to your past, to your own decisions in the past that you made that took you down a prideful path that ended in disaster. Now, in your current energy, you are healed. The Star card is here to say you're healed, and the way your energy is functioning right now is a protection for you. I see Spirit is confirming that you have attained a higher level of emotional mastery that you've never had before. I see that in your physical experience, you're finding that difficulties and challenges are easing up. There's not so much argument. I see that you're seeing and noticing the reciprocation of the healed position that you're in. Moving forward, the new journey begins. Okay, Spirit's going to inspire you for new things. I see new spiritual gifts, powers, and abilities awakening and growing stronger for those that are already awakened. Yeah, I see you using your spiritual gifts, powers, and abilities more potently, more focused, okay, more frequently even. And this emotional mastery that the universe is giving you confirmation of in your current energy becomes more tangible in your near future as you receive more of the things that work well for you, the things that you chose for yourself rather than just what life had handed you. So let's see some of that past stuff that you dealt with. The King of Swords. I hear a lot of you Pisces, you have to learn to speak your mind clearly. Four of Wands. Okay, when you started new things, you had to learn how to take your time and use wise judgment, I hear. Also, Three of Swords, because in the past you had a lot of hurt and you ended up in a lot of situations that caused you a lot of fear. I heard you were in a lot of fear. Okay, I heard fear of being independent and doing on your own. Yeah, again, confirmation with the Hermit card of being independent. The King of Wands, you were moved to take action, okay, and make changes to that with the Ace of Wands, a Page of Wands, okay, have a new adventure, okay, the Two of Wands, somewhere distant from where you were. So some of you, you chose a different field to work in. You chose a different place to live in. You separated. You're not living with your family, or you're not living at home no more, or you're not living with roommates anymore, or you separated from a partnership. The Six of Pentacles. Because anywhere where you were, that you separated from, you realized you were over giving to that situation, and you knew the path out of it resulted in closing down those cycles, okay? And that this was part of what Spirit had been teaching you. I see that. So it looks for me, what I see for you is, first off, things are getting better. Anywhere where you've gone ahead and separate yourself from some situation where there was a lot of false beliefs, false ideas in it, okay, where you were stressing yourself out unnecessary, where you had emotional changes going on. You didn't feel the same no more, but you were trying to hold on, like you just let it go. And I see by the time you walk out of the month of June, you're going to be feeling a lot lighter. I heard footloose and fancy free, okay? I see some sort of celebration coming up for you. I see there's some Pisces in the month of June going to be going to see some performances, live performance. It could be live musicians, magicians, or actors. So like screen plays and stuff like that. Opera even is coming through. So some of you Pisces are going to be having these experiences during the month of June 2022. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is finances. Anywhere where you had some financial setbacks and difficulties, everything is on the mend there. They're telling you that right now the best path for prosperity for you is really to just sit in a lot of gratitude for everything you have. Remember that everything has a reason, and you've bounced back from a lot of things before when it looked like there was gonna just be no more, where it looked like it was just over, there's no more hope. You've had bounce backs before. They want you to reflect back on those moments. They're going to help get you in the vibration of success, which is going to break this funky financial mess that you've been sitting in for a minute. Some of you, that's not for all of you. I do feel like that's just for you. For some of you, it's been a tough 5 months, a very tough 5 months. And it had to do, that tough 5 months had something to do with a situation that came to an end abruptly, okay? And it's not coming back together. So that could have been a job. It could have been a relocation of some sort, or the layoff, something like that. The end of a project, the end of a situation got somebody really down. The end of some sort of connection got somebody really down, feeling down in the dumps. That stuff started to radiate everywhere. So this emotional mastery is like the key to raising the financial prosperity and every other type of prosperity in your life. This is what I have for you at this time for your Pisces energies for June 2022. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. And thanks for sharing this message. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later. Bye-bye. That's all, folks.